Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Philosophy. Today's video is another monthly update, this time for June 2022. So as usual, we're gonna go through all of the numbers, recap from the previous month, see what the changes are, and then stick around for later in the video when I'll be chatting about some life updates. Let's go ahead and jump in. So at the end of May 2022, my net worth was about $134,413. So we're gonna go through all of the items on my list and see what the changes have been from the previous month. So the equity that I currently have in the two condos that I own is just about $84,122. This is an increase from the previous month of $635. Next up is my DCPP, and that balance currently sits at $3,116. That is a decrease from the previous month of about $243. This dip comes just from the market. Next up on the list is my RRSP, and that total currently sits at $42,507. This is a decrease from the previous month of about $3,313. So this is the biggest dip that I've seen in quite a long time, and it's coming just from the market. I did take out some cash from my RRSP last month, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but the dip in just this account alone over the last month has been from the market dip. The balance of my TFSA is $370. This is a decrease from the previous month of $575. And if you've watched my previous videos, you know that my TFSA has one single stock in it, which is CMC or Cielo Waste Solutions. And again, this is taking another hit, going even lower in value. So we're not really seeing anything good in terms of that stock doing well. I'm hoping in the next year or two, that would be great. But otherwise, I've pretty much written off the amount that I put into it, which was just about, I think, $4,500. I've kind of just chalked it up to a learning lesson, a very expensive learning lesson, but a learning lesson nonetheless. My car is still valued at $5,000, although I do believe I could get a little bit more for it if I do decide to sell it within the next few months, which is possibly my current plan. We'll see. The balance of my line of credit is about $9,040. This is a decrease from the previous month of about $160. So I do make payments to my line of credit every month of about $175. So you should see this amount shrink over time. I'm hoping to have it paid off within the next 6 months to a year. And that brings our grand total net worth for June 2022 to $126,077. This is a decrease from May 2022 of $8,335. This is a huge decrease, and like I had mentioned previously, most of that is coming from the market. I'm sure you guys have noticed as well. The market is really taking a dive right now. There's a lot of speculation about us going into another recession. So I'm not 100% or I'm not completely surprised that it has gone down this amount. And if you did watch my May 2022 update, you know that I did end up taking $5,000 out of my account that month. And within the last month, I have spent that in covering off some of my expenses for the previous months. So I'm not too happy about that. It is definitely difficult to see your net worth shrink like this. And I'm looking forward to not watching it dip so much, although of course you can't control the market and we are expecting it to go down even further. But I am happy to say that because I am working now, we should be able to kind of stop the bleeding, so to speak, to not be dipping so much into the net worth for just covering like regular expenses. So let's go ahead and jump into some life updates. If you watched my last video, you probably heard that I was potentially going to get an offer for a job that was a six-figure job in the industry that I previously worked in, which was the security industry. I ended up not getting that role. They ended up picking somebody else. Though that was a big blow. It definitely hurt my confidence level, but I think it was for the better. It would have been a really nice, cushy job, but I'm happy that it turned out the way it did because it means that I get to focus on creating things like YouTube, but also on the new industry that I'm in, which is the craft beer industry. I'm currently working part-time at a local brewery. So that is something that is really exciting. It's doing something different and delving into a completely new industry. I'm really enjoying my job there, and I'm hoping within the next few months to be doing more of a permanent type of role, a more full-time, so that I can start to actually grow my net worth again and start building just a budget that really makes sense for that kind of lifestyle so that I can keep that lower paying job but still chase a little bit of fire. I have been kind of considering taking a break from fire or just kind of changing things totally so that it's not the main goal in my life anymore. I'm kind of on the fence about it right now, but I don't know if chasing fire and trying to save like a large percentage of my salary or my take-home income is really the best way for me to live life going forward. I have a lot of thinking to do, and I really want to see where this current job goes. So I'm going to just play it by ear, see how I feel in maybe a few months and reevaluate. Currently, I haven't really been able to save any money to fire probably in the last 6 or 7 months. So I guess I have been kind of taking a break already. We're gonna see how it goes, but I might actually be switching gears. So stay tuned, we'll see what happens. Another big thing that's going on is that the New Zealand Working Holiday Visa Scheme is reopened. So that I am so pumped about. We have, my spouse and I, we have decided we're going to go for it. We had the option to either get a refund or to actually pursue it. The visa is currently pending for approval. We're hoping to see that in the next few months. And then you have a year to actually use it. So once we get approval, we're gonna start planning to move to New Zealand for a year, maybe 2 years. We'll kind of see how it goes, but that is something that I'm really, really looking forward to. And I have wanted to do that since high school, so I'm super pumped. Of course, I'm gonna document all of it and just go through all the numbers with you guys, how much it cost and what it takes to actually move somewhere like that and what the living costs are and everything in New Zealand. So I'm really looking forward to making a lot of content around that as well. Speaking of travel, my spouse and I recently went to Toronto for a weekend. I did take a bit of footage, but I'm not really sure if I'm gonna be making a video about it or not. We didn't have like the most amazing time there, so I'm not really sure if you guys really wanna see that. And tomorrow we are leaving for a week-long trip in BC in the Okanagan Valley. We're gonna be visiting some friends, some family. We're gonna be doing some camping. If you saw my previous video about solo camping in the Okanagan, we're going back to that same campsite this time in the summer. So I'm hoping we'll be able to go for a swim in the lake and just explore the area, hit up some wineries, some breweries. It's gonna be a blast. So stay tuned for potentially a video that will come after that trip. And to wrap up travel for this year, we're going to be going to Denver in October for the Great American Beer Fest. We're really looking forward to it. And if you guys didn't know, the Colorado Avalanche just won the Stanley Cup. So we are so pumped to go and check out all the things that they have going on there. Hopefully there's still something going on in October. The next season of hockey should start that time. So it'd be really cool to go to a game and potentially see them like raising the banner or something like that. If you guys are Avs fans, leave me a comment down below, but we're super pumped for that. Other than that, that is all the travel we have planned for the rest of the year. If you guys know or have watched my videos, you know that travel is a huge part of my life. It is pretty much my main #1 priority right now, to get out and see all the things I want to see. Instead of waiting until retirement to do it, I want to do it now and just, yeah, take advantage of being relatively young and being able to like walk everywhere and do all that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment below about how your journey is going. If you've seen a lot of dips since the market kind of took a turn for the worst, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.